The idea behind the Family Safety Center is to really work with other partners to remove barriers for victims that are looking for safety and justice. If we work together closely, we can have better outcomes for victims and their families. So the lethality assessment program is a tool that law enforcement uses when they make a domestic violence scene for the victim to be able to share how dangerous that situation is and their relationship is, so the law enforcement officer has additional information. And if that victim is seen as high risk, then that victim gets to talk to an advocate right away, in fact, before the law enforcement leaves the scene.
DV is a serious issue for our community. It's a major contributor to our rising crime rate. So even though it happens behind closed doors, it has broad ramifications for the community at large.
Because an advocate is being able to talk to a victim at a very vulnerable time, one, the victim is able to get that support right away. They know what options are out there. They're able to get to emergency housing, a safe place right away. In fact, that night if needed to. And then the next day, they can seek civil remedies such as an order of protection or talking to an attorney, and making that connection right on the scene helps that victim get to services immediately.
That provides us a screening tool to determine the victim's risk level, and if we determine that there's a need to separate the victim from the situation right away, then we can immediately get the victim in touch with the advocate from the Family Safety Center. The advocate can focus on relating to the victim on a more personal level.
They made sure we were safe. I stayed in one spot for 2 days. After that, I got my own apartment through the Family Safety Center. All I needed was a boost to get on my feet, because I did have a job in transportation. So once I left, leaving with nothing, it was hard, but me and my son made it. So now I got a house within 3 weeks. We're safe. Every time I call Miss Priscilla or Miss Betty at the Family Safety Center, I know I can call them.
One of the biggest challenges is convincing domestic violence victims that it's okay to come forward. Sometimes the advocate reaches the victim in a way that officers can't.
In fact, it typically takes a victim 7 attempts before they leave, but our hope is to plant that seed so the next time something happens, they know they can call us.
I never went back. I never looked back. I'm happy.